into 2026, what goal should I have? Maybe I'll try to lose 100 pounds. Maybe I will try every flavor of ice cream possible. Maybe I'll try to get 100 coaching clients that will pay me $500,000 a month. Maybe I won't set any goals at all. You are enjoying the Step Out and Thrive podcast. Welcome back to the Step Out and Thrive podcast. I'm so glad you're here because we are starting a brand new series today all about thriving into your goals. Now, if you're anything like me, you almost cringe at the word goals. I have friends that don't even set goals anymore because they don't like the word and they think of all the failing times they've had before. And I'll be honest with you, when I was little, and I'm talking probably high school at this point, my kids think I'm ancient, by the way. Anybody else's kids out there could go, Mom, you mean your birthday doesn't have a 20 in front of it? I'm like, either does yours. Like, what? No, I'm just kidding. Theirs does. But if you are like me, you get that. Just go with it, smile, and cheer you on. But we are talking about goals this month. And everything about goals reminds me of when I was little. I would actually, before packing Christmas away, I would write these goals for myself for the next year. And then I would literally pack them away and I'd forget about them until I would go to open up my Christmas decorations for the next year. I'm glad I've gotten a little bit better over the years, but honestly, and I'm keeping it real, I'm coming to you as a friend, as your coach, as a group facilitator. Y'all, I'm still trying to figure this out too. But this year I sat down with God and I said, okay, how can I approach this whole goal thing, which I know everybody's talking about, but actually do some applicable steps to take the burden off, to allow us to breathe and let this be a good moment, a good time that we can have. So that's why we're doing thriving into your goals. And the first step, y'all are gonna love this, is to receive your goals. Meaning, don't try to set these high achieving goals like I tend to do. Instead, spend some time with God asking, okay, God, what do I really need right now? What do I want right now? And you can do this in so many different ways, but what I've done already this year, and I'm doing this along with you all. So just to let you know, you're not doing it by yourself. And if you've been a part of this podcast for any length of time, you know that I like to give you things to actually do. Totally up to you if you do it or not, but I'm putting that out there for you. So the first step that I'm asking everybody to do this week is to compile the top 3 needs and wants that you want to do this year, 2026. Be applicable about them. But how do you get to that point? And if you're anything like me, like, I'm just going to stop, like, top 3. Like, I don't even know how to do that. Or if you're anything like me, you'll just come up with 3 and just walk away. So we actually want to slow down and take some time. And again, we are receiving these goals. We're not pushing them on ourselves. We're actually giving time to receive what could be possible in 2026. So first thing I did is I sat with God and I just brain dumped everything that I wanted, everything that I needed, period. I didn't even put a goal or a year on it. I just kind of let it all loose. And I don't know if you've ever done that, giving yourself a chance to just dream and just put everything on paper. Y'all, it is such an amazing experience. I sat at our kitchen table and did this for about an hour the other day, just me and God. And here's the fun thing. I had these other steps that I wanted to do that day, and God's like, yep, we're done. And I'm like, but I don't have my top 3. He's like, I know. I'm just gonna let you sit in it. And I'm like, okay. I don't do this very well. I'm learning more how to receive. Your second step, after you allow yourself to just be with all of those needs, all of those wants, you're not categorizing them, you're not making them look great. The second thing you're gonna do is go through and label, okay, want, need. If you want to get more technical about it, you can say, okay, I would like to do this year. You can even star something that's like shouting out to you. And you're just like, I can't make it past this. Like, this is huge. Star it. Label it. Now, if you've got 3 by this point, that's awesome. You're still not done. But a lot of us may have more than 3 at this point. What I'm going to ask you to do is spend some time quiet and listen to God. God, what do you have to say to me about this? Is it a need? Is it a want? Can you tell me how long this has been important for me? Can you tell me when this was first something that I really wanted to do? Can you tell me more about that moment? Can you tell me how you feel about me, whether or not I accomplish this goal or not? All of these curious questions that we can just sit with God and ask Him to speak to us individually about each one of these items. When I stopped to do that, I figured out one of my goals I've been trying and failing and actually succeeding with, both and, over 20 plus years of my life, which is insane if I think about it. And one thing He spoke to me is that I was pushing that on that. And I'm just going to say to what it was. Weight loss has been a huge thing for me. I would put numbers on it. I would count calories. I would do all these different things. And I have my strategy for this year. That is one of the goals that I have set to receive for myself this year. But one thing God told me, He's like, you are beautiful. I get to say that to clients, to groups every day. But a lot of times I don't sit quiet enough to allow God to say that to me and to really believe it. And so I allow God to just speak to me in that. And there's a lot more that I could wrestle with, and that's a huge goal to set aside. But that was something for me, that one of those things to make that goal is that I get to sit with God every day in a quiet place and just let Him say to me, Bethany, you are beautiful, and just sit with it until I feel it. I'm going to try it every day. I don't know if I'll make that goal, but do you see how that looks different than, okay, I'm going to count these calories and I'm going to make sure I do this. And I'm starting with that receiving process. So losing weight is one of those goals. Right now, I'm just going to keep it real. Right now, God has me very loosely holding on to that. He hasn't had me put a number on it. He hasn't put like much on that at all. And if you're anything like me, you're going, well, that's not very strategic, Bethany. How do you know what to go with? I'm going to be practicing that practice every day to receive from God. And I might develop that more. I'm not going to let go of it, but I'm also not going to put it so much on a burden on myself that I'm setting myself up for failure this year as well. It's important to me. And each day that I walk that out, because I've done this work ahead of time, I know why this is so important to me. I know I've been walking through this for over 20 years. My weight would go up and my weight would go way down. And I've been yo-yoing this thing. God doesn't have me trying to figure all that out. But He has definitely made that into my year and said, I want to speak to you more about that this year. Are you open to receiving from me in this year? And so do you see already how this is a little different? We're not setting all these like big goals. We're not following the SMART goal method, if you're familiar with that. And I know I have people out there going, Bethany, this is not the way to do it. And I'm flipping a lot of things on the head. But this is why, because I believe it is so important to take the burden off of ourselves. There's motivation. There will be motivation in this process, but it's not going to come from us. It's going to come from God. And it's going to become through that receiving process. So, how are you going to move forward this week? Are you going to be able to work through all of your needs, all of your wants? Are you going to be able to sit with God and allow Him to speak those to you? And again, you're coming up with your top 3 goals. They could be top 3 needs, top 3 wants, a mix of both. You get to decide. I'm not going to say exactly how you have to do that, but that is what you're going to do this week. And let me know, like, how are you going to receive from God about these every day. At least try to do every day, if not every week, out of New Year next year. What is that going to look like for you? I believe in you, and I want to hear what your goals are. So if you have the time, you can check out the group. If you haven't joined it already, there's a free tier of our Step Out and Thrive community, and you can share on there. These are the goals that I'm working for, and let us cheer you on and let us encourage you. If you don't want to join the group right now, that's totally fine. You can email me, Bethany@stepoutandthrive.com, and say, Bethany, these are the goals that I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to sit with God, and it's going to look like this. Let me know. Don't do this alone. I hope you do this week. I hope you have a great time just sitting with God and receiving this week. And I'll see you back here next week. Dare to do more than just survive. Step out and thrive. Thanks for enjoying today's Step Out and Thrive podcast, the one place that you can always count to dare to do more than just survive, to step out and thrive. As always, for more information, please check out BethanyBJoy.com or StepOutandThrive.com.